Hi guys, and welcome to your daily tarot reading for Friday the 25th of March 2022. Thanks for joining me. I enjoyed using this deck so much yesterday. I want to use it again today, the Magical Dogs Tarot. And I want to get a dog so badly. When I first moved here, I said I was going to get a dog. And I looked into it, and in Austria, you need like a passport or like a dog license, a dog owner license to do it. And it just seemed so complicated that I had a lot going on and I put it off. But please remind me that I need to get a dog because I really want one. I walk around in the street and I'm like, oh, look at that cute little dog. And I just don't do it. I need to get one. Like, I need to just get on with it and do it. Okay, so let's see what these cards have to say about Friday, the 25th of March. And what energy you'll be working with. So I'm just going to shuffle these a few times. And let's see what the cards have to say about this day. Friday the 25th. Right, so the first card is in here somewhere, this one. We've got the Dog Star. Okay. Oh, I see what they did there. Isn't that clever? Okay. Then we have the Ace of Earth. Nice. That's the Ace of Pentacles. Wow. Okay, so this is really good already. And then finally, we've got the Three of Sky, which is the Three of Swords, which is less good. Okay, so we've got some balance going on. Right, so the Dog Star, that's the star in the regular tarot, and that's a major arcana card. It's really about letting go of the negative so that you can let your light shine. The Ace of Pentacles is a blessing when it comes to your practical circumstances, work, your physical health, your environment. You can see this beautiful garden here. And then also it's a gate card, so it's an opportunity that leads somewhere in a practical sense. And then the Three of Sky is usually depicted as a heart with three swords through it. And that's loss and heartbreak. And you can see these dogs, this dog howling, and this one's kind of weeping into the river. And it's about either negative information or a connection with someone that doesn't go the way you wanted, or is feeling upset by something, or even possibly what I'm getting, taking something the wrong way. So that's interesting. So it's a matter of perspective. Because in this card, I mean, nothing's really happening. It's raining. You don't need to howl about that, do you? Okay. So let's see what the overall message is. So the star, we've got all this water. So the emotions are high to the extent where you can become aware of negative feelings and you can let go of them once and for all. And then you can let your true light shine. So if I'm constantly berating myself or if I feel negative, then the real me as such is hidden because I'm just being influenced by all these negative feelings, and that then gives me a certain vibe. I give off that energy to other people. What I give out, I get back, and the whole thing goes round and round and round and becomes negative, whichever way you look. The star is saying that if you do the inner work first, or you let go of the negative, then the true you is revealed, which is perfect in spiritual truth, like a star twinkling up there in the sky. And you're going to have very different experiences because you approach every situation differently, more positively. And same thing, if that's what you're giving out, you're going to have a much better time, and it's much more likely that you get good stuff back. It's also about being done with these things once and for all. It's not just, okay, I'm going to drop this feeling. It's really understanding the emotions and saying, I don't need to do this anymore. I had something like that. I remember I used to, there's certain things I've overcome in my life, right? Where I used to have real issues. And one of them was just going on and on and on and telling myself these negative stories and talking myself into the ground with these negative stories. And then there was a time when I didn't do that for whatever reason. I don't know, there was something that was more important and that distracted me a lot. And then when things returned to normal and I started telling myself the stories again, I was like, hey, you saw that this isn't necessary. You don't have to do this. It's optional. And I really stopped. And if it ever comes up, and it hardly ever comes up these days, I think, I'm very aware of it. And I'm like, that is optional. Don't do it. It doesn't have a positive outcome. So just leave it. And it's really improved the quality of my life, I do have to say. Yeah. The stuff still comes up, but it's that thing about hammering yourself into the ground with it. Okay, so we've got this stork here at the back. So that's industrious and it's looking for food. And we've got this kind of tropical scene and the star. So what I'm getting from this is it doesn't really matter what your environment or your circumstances are like. This is an internal process that you can do whenever and that you tap into on this day. And that's going to feel super liberating. That liberation then leads to an opportunity because you're approaching things that you usually engage with in life. Earth is work and finances and the food you eat and the gardening that you do and the places you go. And as a result of this cleansing process, a doorway appears and you find a way through that's like a secret garden that you hadn't noticed before. So because you're bringing this good stuff to all the situations you engage with on this day, they open up and something even better happens. And that is truly something to celebrate. And then finally, the Three of Sky. Yes, so that's the warning. The door isn't going to open if you just focus on the negative. If you say, oh no, it's raining, therefore the whole day is ruined. The whole day isn't ruined. It might stop raining in a few hours, or it may not even be so serious that it's raining. You can get your little umbrella out. This, though, I think is more like a flood because they're looking kind of traumatized, these poor dogs. And we've got all this barren kind of landscape, and we've got two rivers combining into this giant kind of flood. So it may feel like, wow, I have detoxed and I've let go of something and it just keeps coming. But what I feel is the reason you understand certain negative behavior is because it is so intense that it's right in front of you. You see it because you can't ignore it. It is super intense. And that's actually something to celebrate, not something to lament and howl about, because it's the intensity that actually reveals the fact that, hey, I don't need to do this anymore. So I think the first time ever, the Three of Sky, or the Three of Swords, is actually a good card in combination with the star then. And that's what leads you to these opportunities. So if something feels negative, don't sweep it under the rug and ignore it. It's trying to get your attention in order to clear it out once and for all. So do the clearing work, and it's going to support your future. Yeah, especially in a practical sense. Number-wise, we've got 17 and 3 is 20 and 1 is 21. 2 and 1 is 3 and 3 is communication and new beginnings. So that matches this very much because if you communicate with your own negative feeling or feelings, plural, you're able to have a really valuable dialogue as such that gets you to a place of closure, and then that starts a new beginning in a practical sense in your practical circumstances in your life. So I hope you have a wonderful day. If you would like a personal reading with me, please get in touch via my website. It's gregoryscott.com. On the front page, scroll down a little bit until you get to the Book Your Readings button. Click on that to order your reading with me. In my personal readings, I use the tarot, astrology, and numerology. I combine all of them, the way I did the numbers and the cards here, to kind of look at your circumstances and to ideally find some solutions to any issues or problems. I'm a triple earth sign, so I always look at things in the sense of, well, okay, what can we do about it? Or how does this serve? And what are we going to do on Monday? So I look at it in a practical sense. The astrology chart I can draw up with your place of birth, date of birth, and time of birth. If you don't have the time of birth, then I can rectify your chart for you. That's a process where you give me 10 or more life events and I work out your time of birth. That then allows me to draw up the chart, and the chart shows me so much about you, your life purpose, work, relationships, travel, communication, spirituality, hopes and dreams. Really, it's amazing at what it shows. So if you want me to have a look at your chart and also to see what's coming up in future, I use the cards for that. In the astrology, your progress chart, your transits, and also solar return charts around your birthday, which show me what's coming up in the year ahead. So if you're interested in any of that, then please do get in touch with me for a personal reading. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up. Please hit subscribe and share the video online. Have an amazing day, and I'll speak to you tomorrow.